Have you ever watched a flock of geese flying in that perfect V formation? It's a remarkable sight. The younger geese learn the ancient migratory routes by following their elders, who possess a sort of living, breathing GPS passed down through generations. They know the best places to rest, the safest spots to find food, and the clearest skies to fly through. Now let's compare that to us humans. But somewhere along the way, we seem to have misplaced the map. Instead of following the path of clean air and pristine rivers, we've taken a rather smoggy detour. It's as if the lead goose suddenly decided a flight path directly through a factory smokestack was a scenic shortcut. This is where our story truly begins. So, what exactly is this mess we've been making? The official term is environmental pollution. Think of it like a house guest dropping biscuit crumbs on your lovely clean carpet. A few crumbs are manageable, but when they pile up in every corner, you've got a proper problem. These unwanted crumbs can be anything from visible things like plastic bottles floating in the ocean, to invisible things like tiny chemical particles in the air we breathe. They can make the water unsafe to drink, the air difficult to breathe, and the soil unable to grow healthy food. It's like trying to play cricket, but someone replaced the ball with a wobbly pudding and covered the pitch in banana peels. It's messy, confusing, and nobody wins. When pollution has a worldwide effect, we call it global environmental change. This is the big one. The most famous example is climate change. We've wrapped our planet in an extra thick blanket. Like getting too hot under too many duvets, the Earth is warming. This warming changes weather patterns, melts ancient ice caps, and affects life in the deepest oceans and highest mountains. If this were a classic mystery novel, we'd have a lineup of usual suspects. First in line would be our insatiable thirst for energy. To power our cities, charge our phones, and binge-watch our favorite television series, we burn enormous quantities of fossil fuels. Coal, oil, natural gas. A fun fact for you. A single transatlantic flight can generate more carbon dioxide per passenger than the average person in some countries produces in an entire year. Next in the lineup is industry and manufacturing. Think of all the wonderful things we have: cars, clothes, computers, rubber ducks. These factories often release chemical waste into our rivers and smoke into our air. It's the price of progress, some might say, but it's a price that our environment is paying heavily for. Another suspect, often overlooked, is agriculture. To feed a growing global population, we use potent fertilizers and pesticides. Those can seep into the ground, contaminating our water supplies and harming the delicate balance of life in the soil. Then there's the issue of waste. Every year we produce billions of tons of waste. A plastic bag you use for 10 minutes might spend the next 5 centuries floating in the ocean. It can be mistaken for food by marine animals like sea turtles and whales. It's a tragic case of mistaken identity on a global scale. Finally, we have deforestation. Trees are our planet's lungs. They breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out the oxygen we need to survive. However, we are cutting them down at an alarming rate to make way for farms, cities, and roads. When we chop down a forest, we're not just losing beautiful trees. We're dismantling a vital piece of the Earth's life support system. It's like taking the air filter out of your car and expecting the engine to run smoothly. If you're finding this eye-opening, hit that like button. With all this pollution and change happening, you might wonder who is keeping track of it all. Fortunately, we have some brilliant teams of planet watchers on the case. They are the doctors taking our planet's pulse, checking its temperature, analyzing its symptoms so we can understand the diagnosis and work on a cure. One of the most famous of these is the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or the IPCC for short. Think of them as the world's most authoritative climate librarians. They don't conduct their own research. Instead, thousands of scientists from all over the globe volunteer their time to read, analyze, and summarize every important scientific paper on climate change. Another key player is the United Nations Environment Program, or UNEP. If the IPCC are the librarians, UNEP are the global environmental coordinators. They work with countries around the world to set environmental goals, launch initiatives to protect wildlife, and help develop international agreements. And of course, we can't forget NASA with its incredible satellites that watch our planet from space. NASA's satellites can track deforestation, measure the thickness of ice sheets, and even monitor air pollution from orbit. It's like having a global checkup from space. Together, these groups form a network of vigilance, providing the hard facts and clear data we need. They are our eyes and ears, ensuring that we can no longer say we didn't know. Subscribe to Study Our channel and press that bell icon to stay updated on environmental science. So, the situation is serious, but humanity is not one to sit back and watch the biscuit crumbs pile up. All around the world, a massive cleanup operation is underway. The global approaches to tackling pollution are like a giant cooperative spring clean. One of the biggest and most exciting shifts is the move towards renewable energy. Think of it as switching our planet's diet from greasy, unhealthy fossil fuels to clean, green energy salads. A fun fact, the amount of solar energy that hits the Earth in 1 hour is more than enough to power the entire world for a year. Another brilliant idea gaining momentum is the circular economy. Instead of the old linear model, take resources, make something, use it, throw it away. The circular economy is much cleverer. It's all about designing products to be reused, repaired, and recycled. Imagine a mobile phone that could be easily taken apart so its valuable materials could be used to make a new phone. It's about closing the loop, so there is no away to throw things to. It means less waste, less pollution, and less need to dig up new resources from our precious planet. On a global scale, countries are coming together to make big promises. The Paris Agreement is a landmark accord where nearly every country on Earth agreed to work together to combat climate change. Think of it as a global pact, a planetary pinky promise to lower our greenhouse gas emissions and support each other in the transition to a cleaner future. These international agreements are incredibly important because pollution doesn't respect borders. The air pollution from one country can easily travel to another, so we absolutely have to work together as a global team. Ultimately, the most powerful force for change is you. Yes, you. Every time you choose to walk instead of drive, recycle a bottle, or turn off a light, you are part of the global cleanup crew. These small actions, when multiplied by billions of people, create a colossal wave of positive change. We are the generation that has the knowledge, the technology, and the opportunity to steer our world onto a cleaner, healthier path. Let's not be the geese flying into the smog. Let's be the generation that clears the air for good. If this video opened your eyes to our environmental challenges and solutions, smash that like button, share it with friends, leave a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe to Study Our channel with notifications on. Together, we can write a better story for our planet.